You probably have heard about non-fungible tokens, NFTs for short, and now you want to know what this is all about. They are often associated with cartoony pictures and ridiculous prices, but how do they actually work? Let's use an example from the real world to approach this rather abstract concept. I will first recap the process of buying a house in 5 sentences. Then I will use this process to illustrate how non-fungible tokens work. You will be surprised by the similarities. A title is the legal right of ownership for a house. It gives you also the right to sell this property later on. To transfer the ownership of this house, a special contract, a so-called deed, is needed. It is signed by the seller and the buyer, and as a result, the title, the ownership of the house, will be handed over to the buyer. The buyer now has the right to access the house. NFTs work similar to this. On the blockchain, it is recorded who owns a certain token. That's similar to the title. When you now want to transfer your token to someone else, you have to sign a transfer message that indicates who the new owner should be. That's similar to the deed of the house purchase. This message now tells the smart contract that keeps track of the ownership of those NFTs that the ownership should be updated to the person who is the recipient of the transfer. But what about those pictures of monkeys and punks that sell for crazy amounts of money? Currently, NFT technology is most of the time used to buy and sell digital art. Coming back to our home buying example, the title only represents the right of ownership of the house in a legal sense. The actual physical building is separate from that. This is similar to the NFT. Usually the art, like the image or the music, is stored not on chain. On chain, there is only the information stored where this media can be found. And of course, who's the owner of this token that points to this media. The NFT usually also have some information about certain traits the NFT has. In the example of the Bored Apes, the type of mouth or the headgear they are wearing. If you want to make sure that the image you have bought as an NFT will never disappear, you have to check where it is stored. If it's stored in IPFS or RWAV, you're probably fine because those types of storages are decentralized and they are designed in a way that you cannot tamper the image afterwards. That's why those both storage options are best practices for NFT projects at the moment. This is especially important as there is a lack of legal and law enforcement support surrounding the NFT space. If someone sells you a home and then he burns down this home, you get help from law enforcement. With NFTs, it's still a little bit like the Wild West at the time of recording this video. If someone manipulates the image after you bought an NFT, there's probably no one coming to your help. So be very careful out there, educate yourself, and always remember it's still very risky out there in the NFT space. So there's one more question I want to answer in this video. What is actually the difference between a non-fungible token, an NFT, and a cryptocurrency, or also called a fungible token? But just one quick thing before that. It would really help me a lot if you could hit that like button if you watched the video so far. And if you like my content, it would be amazing if you could also subscribe to my channel. Thank you. But now back to the question. What's the difference between a non-fungible token and a cryptocurrency? It's as simple as comparing a house to money. No two houses are the same. They are unique and cannot be fractionalized. It does make a real difference whether that is your house or the house of your neighbor. On the other hand, we have money. It doesn't really matter whether you have 10 $1 bills or one $10 bill. That's just completely the same. It doesn't matter which dollar you have because for its main purpose, paying for something, each dollar is treated the same. And it doesn't matter whether you hold this dollar or that dollar. With NFTs and fungible tokens, it's the same. An NFT, it really matters which token from a collection you have. With a cryptocurrency, it just matters how much of that cryptocurrency you have to exchange it for something different. So basically, NFTs are the trading cards, houses, cars of the crypto world, and cryptocurrencies or fungible tokens are closest compared to money. Now you might be curious why some NFTs sell for crazy prices while others are basically worthless. I got you covered. In this video, I talk about 3 factors that influence the value of an NFT. I'm looking forward to seeing you in that video.